Imagine being a witness to a car accident and then later being told that the car was a different color than you remembered. Chilling, right? By the end of this video, you'll never trust your own mind again. 75% of people who witness a crime recall it inaccurately. And it's not just about minor details. The brain has an incredible ability to deceive us, to create false memories, to alter our perception of reality. But how does it do that? And what are the implications? Memory manipulation. Studies have shown that our brains can be influenced to remember things that never happened, a phenomenon known as the misinformation effect. In one famous study, Loftus and Palmer, 1974, found that people who witnessed a car accident and were then asked leading questions were more likely to remember the accident differently than those who were not asked leading questions. But that's nothing compared to what your brain does next. The power of suggestion. Our brains are wired to respond to suggestions, to fill in the gaps, to create a narrative that makes sense. Wegner, 2002, found that people who were told that a certain event was likely to happen were more likely to remember it as happening, even if it didn't. And this is where it gets genuinely disturbing. The illusion of control. We like to think that we're in control of our thoughts, our actions, but what if that's just an illusion? What if our brains are just making it up as we go along? Kahneman, 2011, found that our brains are prone to something called confirmation bias, where we tend to seek out information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs and ignore information that contradicts them. But what about the times when our brains are faced with conflicting information? The battle for reality. LeDoux, 2002, found that our brains have two main systems, the implicit and the explicit, which often conflict with each other. The implicit system is responsible for our automatic, unconscious responses, while the explicit system is responsible for our conscious, rational thoughts. And when these two systems conflict, our brains can create some pretty bizarre phenomena like deja vu or the feeling of being in two places at once. But by the end of this video, you'll realize that these phenomena are not just rare events, but rather they're a glimpse into the complex and often deceptive workings of our own minds. So, what does it mean for us, for our daily lives, for our perception of reality? It means that we can't always trust our own minds, that our memories, our thoughts, our feelings are all subject to manipulation, to deception. It's a terrifying thought, but it's also a liberating one, because once we realize that our brains are capable of deception, we can start to take control, to question our own thoughts, to seek out the truth. And that's the most beautiful thing about the human brain, its ability to adapt, to change, to grow. So, the next time you witness something, remember your brain might be lying to you, but that's what makes it so fascinating. Subscribe to Mind Truths for more mind-bending videos about the brain, consciousness, and human behavior.